Hey everybody, Chris here from the Whistle Stop Cafe in Mirror, Alberta. I'm not in Mirror, Alberta right now. I am in, where are we? Thunder Bay. We're in Thunder Bay, Ontario. We made it. There's a lot of trucks here. Looks pretty good. And we're pretty excited to continue on our journey tomorrow. So there's a couple things I wanted to talk about real quick here before we go find our hotel. First thing is, if you see stuff on the news about... I saw a Global News interview, and I don't know if it was even real, but they interviewed someone who, had it been real, would be the craziest person I've ever seen get an interview. Now, if you see something like that, this guy was talking about Civil War and bringing out guns and just some whacked out stuff. That's not what this convoy is about. So if you do see the news trying to spin that, it's very likely fake news. I haven't met one person here like that yet. Everybody is mostly respectful. I do see a lot of flags with the phrase about Trudeau, but I don't know. Those people are pretty angry. And I think if that's the words they need to use, then that's the words they need to use. But no talk of violence whatsoever. So if you do see that on the news and they're spinning this to look like some sort of a, what did they call it? An extremist terrorist minority? Was there homophobic and racism and misogyny in there? And a little bit of stuff. I don't know what they're saying. Anyway, it's not any of that stuff. Completely peaceful. So, I just wanted to show you something, and I'm going to do this old school because I don't have my computer here, but I think we have the technology to do this. So I want you to check this out. Listen to our Prime Minister here. This is our Prime Minister, by the way. For anyone that's wondering, this is our Prime Minister, the leader of Canada.
It's important to underline that close to 90% of truckers in this country are vaccinated, like close to 90% of Canadians. Over the past many months and years now, Canadians have stepped up to protect each other, to protect our frontline workers, to protect our elders, to protect our young...
Okay, Justin Trudeau just said 90% of truckers and 90% of Canadians are vaccinated. And then he goes on to imply that they've stepped up to protect their loved ones and protect the vulnerable. I need to ask everybody, do you know what the word gaslighting means? If you, okay, so go Google gaslighting. I'll wait. Oh, sorry, too long, can't wait. You're going to get a picture of Justin Trudeau there. So that's what he just did. He used a statistic saying 90% of truckers are vaccinated and 90% of Canadians are. And he's trying to make you think that you have to do that to be like everybody else because everybody else did this for the greater good. That is a blatant effing lie. I don't know how many, but a good portion of that 90%, they did that because they were bullied or threatened or intimidated or harassed into doing it. They didn't want to do it. I have family members who did it because they wanted their freedoms back. I have family members who cried for a couple days after doing it because they felt dirty having to do something like that to get their freedoms back. We used to call that stuff out. And now our Prime Minister is actively encouraging it. He's trying to convince Canadians that because everybody did this, you're not a good person unless you do. That's a lie. And while 90% of truckers may be vaccinated, and when I say vaccinated, I'm talking about the COVID jab, not the other stuff. Because apart from the COVID jab, I'm fully vaccinated, including for South America. So there's a lot of truckers here who've got a couple jabs or maybe 3, I don't know. And they're standing up and speaking out for other people because they believe, as we've been taught, that bullying and harassment, intimidation, segregation is wrong. Period. That's why they're doing this. It has nothing to do with their vaccination status, nothing to do with their preference on masks, nothing to do with any of that. They're doing it because bullying is wrong. I'm going to continue here. I know it's difficult to listen to, but let's just get through this because we're all in this together. When we're listening to our Prime Minister speak, we're all in this together and we can get through it.
People, to protect people like truckers who are putting food on our grocery store shelves. Canadians have stepped up to do the right thing to protect the freedoms and the rights of Canadians to get back.
What? He actually knows what this convoy is about. Canadians have stepped up to get their rights and freedoms back. That's exactly what these people are doing. I said these people.
That's good.
We'll have to edit that out. We can't edit it. It's
No,
live.
it's live.
Oh, there goes my job. Anyway, these people have stepped up for their fellow Canadians. Those thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of people lining the highway in -30 have stepped up for their fellow Canadians against the bullying and harassment and discrimination that the Prime Minister is promoting. So he got something right here.
The things we love to do. The small fringe minority of people who are on their way to Ottawa or who are holding unacceptable views that they're expressing.
Oh my goodness. The small fringe minority. Prime Minister Trudeau thinks that those standing up for personal choice against bullying and harassment are a small fringe minority and that their views are unacceptable. Well, let me tell you something, Justin. Your views on our rights and freedoms are unacceptable, and you're going to find that out in spades when we show up in Ottawa. People aren't having this anymore. It's not just the truckers. People are standing with the truckers. And if you'd bothered to be in Canada for this instead of on vacation again and look around and see what's going on, thousands of people lining the highways in the bitter cold to support this because they don't agree with what's going on, those people are not fringe minority. Those are Canadians, and you could take a lesson from them. Let's continue on with this bullshit.
Do not represent the views of Canadians who have been there for each other, who know that following the science and stepping up to protect each other is the best way to continue to ensure our freedoms, our rights, our values as a country.
You know what? I am stepping up for other people, and I am following the science. And I doubt it's going to happen. I would challenge anybody in government to get a panel of their experts together who are advising them to take this path and force vaccinations on people. I will get my own panel together. I'll bring in doctors and scientists, and we will sit there across a table, and my team will absolutely annihilate Justin Trudeau's team. You want